Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great night tonight. And once again, thank you guys for listening in. Matt Crane here, Power of Great podcast host. And this is a very special episode tonight. You know, it's no secret, guys, that I built the Power of Great along with my man, my colleague, my boy, Jeremy Warner in Rush Impact Marketing, also a sponsor of the podcast. You know, we built it under the pretenses, under the definition that your current situation is not your defining moment. And guys, as you hear that music in the background, there's so much power there. There's so much going on in my emotional system right now that I wanted to take this moment. It's now going on 11:15 Central Standard Time tonight. And for each of you that are tuning in on our podcast, iTunes, Podcast Republic, Stitcher Radio, and SoundCloud, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you because you guys are witnessing a product of someone that has a belief system that won't ever stop, that won't ever quit. But man, the power of great that really lies inside the relationships. And tonight, I want to dedicate this entire message, this entire conversation that I'm going to have with each and every one of you tonight to my man, Mr. Grant Cardone. It's no secret that everybody that knows me, and heck, for that matter, everybody on planet Earth knows that not only am I one of your biggest fans, Grant, but I've been one of the ones that have been in your corner from the very beginning when I first met and came into contact with your content. I didn't do it with the intentions of just trying to get your attention or trying to get a shout out from you or even trying to use you as leverage. I did it with the intentions of knowing that your information and what you represent in the business field, in the marketplace, and more importantly, in people's lives truly matters. You see, I'm a practitioner of living in your moment. I'm a practitioner of understanding that that moment doesn't define you, that the next day is another ring in the definition of your life. And I want to say that I've never met anybody on your level, with your status, with your stature, with your money, but more importantly, with your information, that has ever reached out to people such as myself in a manner that's not only just engaging, but man, it's rewarding. You see, Grant, when I tell people that I'm a 10X super life guy, that I have a 10X family, that I 10X my hustle, 10X my grind, 10X my mind, when I tell people that I am 10X, it's because you believed in it first. And because you believe in us so much that it's hard not to echo those principles. You know, when you become a celebrity and you become famous and you become someone that people want a part of every single day, it can get grueling and just as much of a grind to keep up that engagement as it is just to try to make your businesses as successful as you've made yours. And I have to say, I learn from you every single keystroke you make, every single line you drop, every webinar you've ever created, and every stream you've ever done. What I'm also very proud of when it comes to the relationship that I feel that I'm gaining with you, Grant, is to see how you reciprocate the love for your family and your daughters and your business, and how that is also shown through your team. You know, I've had the pleasure of speaking with several members of your team closely, indirectly and directly. And each and every one of them in their own right has either proven me wrong on some levels or have proven me right on so many different opportunities. And that is also a testament to who you are as a person, Grant, and who you really want to represent. You're flashy, you're flamboyant, you're proud, and you're loud, my man. But one thing that you are is you're one of the most giving human beings I've ever met on planet Earth. You know, I'm guilty at times of having that overcommit mentality and sometimes not truly being able to live up to the expectations that I want others to see in me. But one thing that I do every single day is I fight and I grip and I grind and I never stop. And it's because you give people the power. You truly flow power to other people. You reach down, and whether you got a face like wine or you live in an area that you truly just want to rewind the time, my friend, you treat us all the same. And that's a blessing. I've learned so much from you over the last 365 days, and I will tell you that when RJ Grimshaw of Unify Edge reached out to me from a live stream, and then when you reached out to me, Grant, and allowed me to come into one of your blabs when I was Matt Crane 10X, it's the first time you and I had ever spoken live. And there was something about who you were at that very moment that changed my life forever. The way that you reacted to what I was saying, the way that you conversated with me on a level of, I'm not better than you, I'm with you in this thing, Matt. I remember RJ Grimshaw reaching out to me not long after that, and his only words to me were, Matt, I've had this extra license for Cardone University for quite some time, and I wanted to share it with someone that I knew would do something with it and would create something from it. And by God, I lived up to that. You see, Grant, you've given me the courage and the strength to face a lot of my personal demons, address a lot of my bad habits, and more importantly, you've given me hope. You've given me appreciation, and your teachings and the way you show up every single day have truly helped me understand that in 2009, when I thought things were completely lost forever, you see, 4 years prior to that, I'd shattered my right ankle and had ended what could become a professional baseball career. I turned to alcohol and I made bad decisions, and I wouldn't say that I had a painkiller dependency, but I was well on my way. And that story was something that I had buried so deep and felt so ashamed of. And in 2009, I felt like everything was coming to a screeching halt. But little did I know that 6 years later, I would have a chance encounter on a live stream through an application called Periscope when I'd stumbled across one of the greatest of all time that's ever been in the game, Mr. Grant Cardone. That moment was a moment that really made me understand that in 2005, the Power of Great, which currently houses 3 businesses that I now own, was born, which your current situation is not your defining moment, right? And Grant, I wanted to take an opportunity. I remember sending you a Snapchat saying, I'm going to shoot a YouTube video and I want to give you the just dues for me that you deserve. And that was over 2 weeks ago. And I decided that tonight it was time for me just to break it down and get real and do that with not only an audience base, but a family that you have helped me create, that you have offered me the opportunity to leverage. The Power of Great podcast is a culmination of so many feelings and so many beliefs and so many things that I've wanted to accomplish in my entire life. And I look back on all the relationships that I've lost, on all the people that have doubted me and have quit on me, and all the people that I've ultimately had to love along the way, but not leave along the way. And I knew no other way, Grant, than to not take 2 minutes, not take 3 minutes, not take 5 minutes, but to truly break it down in a way that I hope you can not only appreciate the undertone of its value, but the sincerity in which I truly mean everything that I'm saying to you at this very moment. You're more than just a mentor to me. You're more than just a tag in a tweet and a Facebook post that can get me noticed. You truly are someone that I look up to. You truly are someone that I pay very close attention to. And you're also someone that I value more than most people that I've ever come into contact with in my entire life. And I really don't know any other way to put it, Grant, than to say, man, I love you, buddy. You truly are a beacon of hope for so many people that are lost in the shuffle. You truly are a life raft for those people who feel like they're just wading water and drowning all alone. But what comes with you is so much more important, and I really hope that those of you that are listening right now on iTunes, Podcast Republic, Stitcher Radio, or SoundCloud, you know, there was no filter behind this. There was no script. This episode was strictly coming from the heart and coming from a place that I wish that everyone could appreciate. But Grant, you truly have impacted my life in a way that most people have never been able to get close enough to. I wear the Young Hustlers hat, I rock the socks, and I buy all the webinars. But I hope you know that Grant, I went from thinking that my destiny was 9 to 5, paying it for benefits twice, right? I talked about that tonight, right? To truly looking at my wife, my 2 children, and asking myself, was I all in for them? Was I doing everything humanly possible to not leave them finances, to not leave them fancy cars and big dreams, but to leave them a true generational blueprint of opportunities, of bigger ways of thinking, of bigger action footsteps to take and follow? And there's not one person on planet Earth that represents those things more than you. Now, I will tell you, I'm a very close second. And I'm not afraid to admit that, and I'm not afraid to say that I'm all in. But more importantly, Grant, I really hope that when you lay your head down at night, or when you're sitting around and you're completely exhausted and you're not on camera, I hope you know that there's people out here, man, that are fighting the fight for you, that deliver every day in the marketplace the goods that you instill in them, but are true advocates for who you are, for what you are, and where you want us all to truly be. So I wanted to take my moment and to tell you from the bottom of my heart, Grant, thank you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share in your moments. Thank you for sharing your family with me and my family. Thank you for allowing me to share my family with you and yours. But I also want you to know that as proud as you are of us, I am equally proud of you. I'm equally proud to know you as you to know me. And I truly want to say that if there ever comes a point in time in this life or wherever we are after this life, I want you to know you never have to look over your shoulder and wonder where I'm at. Wonder what team I play for and what flag I fly very high. Because while I will build the life of great for me and my family and continue to help others do that through the power of great, through my businesses, and through every moment of contact with any human being on planet Earth, I will impact the human condition in a way no one's ever been able to do it before. But that does not happen unless Matt Crane meets Grant Cardone. There's so many great people that your message, your business, your card on you, your training and teachings have put me in front of that have led me to this point where I'm at today. And while I'll thank all those individually, you, my friend, deserve so much more than any of us could ever offer. This message pales in comparison to the rate of return I receive on your live streams and on your Facebook posts and everything you put out on the table for us and for me. So, Grant, I am so honored, my friend, to know that when my name is mentioned, you're not asking who. You're not asking what. But I'm more thankful to know that you're never going to have to ask where. And I want you to feel just as safe and secure in that very statement as I do saying it to you. So everyone out there on iTunes, Podcast Republic, Stitcher Radio, or SoundCloud, my name is Matt Crane. I am the host of the Power of Great podcast, where we come into your life every single weekday, and we interview some of the greatest and most powerful names on planet Earth that truly understand what it means to know that their current situation was not their defining moment, that their current situation right now is not their defining moment. And what you've really been listening to tonight, and in some parts of the world today, you've been listening to a special episode where I personally get to thank my success mentor, my life trainer, and just one hell of a human being. Grant Cardone is so many things for so many people, but for me, he represents the gold standard of what I truly hope people view me once I achieve and receive the levels of greatness that I expect and anticipate and work for. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys that have subscribed to the podcast, that have left us a review. And I want to say, more importantly, if you're not following my man Grant Cardone, there's 7 billion people on planet Earth. He's got 6,999,000,000,000,000,000. You know, the numbers can go on and on, but you got to forgive a good old country boy here. I don't know if I can count that backwards that many times, but but if there's one person out there who has not heard of Grant Cardone, who has not followed Grant Cardone, or more importantly, who has not seen his body of work, just give me a call. I'll steer you to some of my streams, but more importantly, I'll show you my bottom line and tell you and show you just how impactful he's been for me and my family. Grant, this is for you, big guy. I thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart once again. And I look forward to many more years, many more opportunities for us to collaborate, create, but more importantly, for us to impact the world. 10X all the way, my friend. You're either sell or you're either sold, right? And you, my friend, have done both for me and my family. Thank you so very much. Have a good night.